Hey there, and welcome back to this series all about how you can own it in business and in life. The first episode was all about you and you, how you can be self confident and own your power. This episode is all about you and money. Money and our preconceptions about money and abundance and value are what hold a lot of people back from owning that six-figure business. And I don't want that for you. I want you to survive, thrive, and flourish in business and in life. So, this episode is all about how you can make sure to set yourself up financially and mentally and emotionally to have a relationship with money that helps you hit your goals. Okay, let's go.
Welcome to the Flourishing Entrepreneur Podcast with Alea Harris. This is the place where you and your fellow empire building entrepreneurs come to vanquish the burnout monster and boost your glow and cash flow with energy alignment techniques and tried and true marketing strategies. Since seven figures won't get itself, hit that subscribe button and never miss out on your chance to skyrocket profits, tap into your intuition, and manifest your dreams. And now, your host, Powerhouse Story Brand Certified Guide, award-winning marketer, bioenergetic business coach, and Japanese whiskey lover, Alea Harris.
Rich people are evil. Oof, what did they do to get that money? I'll never be able to get that money. I mean, they're them and I'm me. Oh, money is hard to get. Money is really difficult. I don't understand money. I don't really think it understands me. Well, I don't come from money, so I don't have expectations of getting money. Ugh, yuck. All of those things that just came out of my mouth are preconceptions that a lot of people have with about money and about worth. And truthfully, that's what it really boils down to. All of those things are you telling yourself, I am not worthy of making the money that I want to make. I am not worthy of building the lifestyle that I would like to have. That's for other people who somehow are better or smarter or prettier or taller than I am. They come from a different background than I do. So that means that it must be easier for them. Now, there is a whole lot to where you start, how you start, systematic and systemic racism, and all of those things that truly are very real and can hinder your pathway towards six and seven figures. However, most of the time people don't even get there. They don't even get the opportunity to battle systemic racism and how it's affecting their bank account because they've already counted themselves out first. In order to prepare for an external battle, you need to fight the internal battle first. So, first of all, if you have not already gone and listened to episode 1 of this series, which is about you and your worthiness, I would encourage you to go back and do that because inside of that episode, we talk about how you need to know, like, and trust yourself in order to build a stable life and business. Then, once you're there, you're like, okay, I'm ready to make money now. I know me, I like me, I trust me, but I don't like the broke version of me. So let's make sure that the version of me that I know, like, and trust can be paid, honey. And I totally agree with you. You deserve to be abundant, you deserve to be affluent. But before you can have that concept and truly believe it, we need to talk about some of the preconceptions about money that all relate to some of the things that I've already spoken about here in this episode. Most of our preconceptions about money come from family and religion. Comes from the way that our family has managed money, are the conversations in our household about money, how we saw the movement of money, how money affected moods and attitudes and outlooks in the home that we grew up in, and also how that translated into our lives as we were building our own identities around money. For a lot of people, it also comes from religion. You can't be a good person if you have money. You must be poor in order to be loving. I would I would pose a different thought. How can I love you and give to you if I don't have for myself? How can I teach you how to self actualize, how to be the biggest, most beautiful, most bright version of yourself if that is not who I am for myself? I need to be able to build a environment and a universe around myself that allows for fertile ground. So when I plant a seed in my life, I can expect that seed to sprout and to grow and to provide abundance for myself and others. Religion often gets misconstrued. Well, people often quote the Bible verse, you can't, love money, and it's like, well, no, it's the issue is the love of money. That's the problem. The issue is greed. Money is fine, right? Abundance is fine. You have people in the Bible that are rewarded with abundant lives, like, because they were following a lifestyle that was in alignment with spirit and in alignment with the highest good. So I would encourage you, before you say, yes, I want this six-figure business, to really get in touch with what are your preconceptions about money. Because if you do not, you will consistently be banging your head up against your own walls, your own hangups, and you'll be saying one thing out of one side of your mouth, I want money, and the other thing out of the other side of your mouth, I don't deserve it. Money is bad. Having money makes me a bad person. So get in touch with those preconceptions first, and then realize what money is. Money is a tool. Money is a tool for many things. It's a tool, yes, for buying and selling, but it's also a tool for awareness. Money and your interaction with money highlights how you engage in your life. Do you stress out when you don't have enough? Is that triggering for you? Well, maybe really what that money problem is highlighting is a sense of security that you're missing. And you need to dive down into trusting yourself. Maybe your root chakra is blown out. Maybe you need to do some healing around what lack has meant for you in your life and then what it means for you moving forward, right? If you feel like money is hard to make, why is that? There is so much money in the world. There is so much money. And if you're sitting there like going, oof, I got to scrimp and scrape for this $100. No one's going to pay me any more than $100 to do this thing. Oh, they only have $200 and they're going to give me 100 of their $200. And how am I ever going to survive? That is not about money. That is about you. That is about your thought processes around money. And if you use money as a tool for deeper awareness, the more that you're able to get an alignment within yourself around how you feel about yourself and your interaction with the external world, the money problems will begin to solve themselves. As you build this sense of internal safety, as you build this sense of internal worthiness, you will interact with the world differently. When you come from the perspective that money is abundant, there is more than enough to go around 10, 100,000 times over, then that is when you'll be able to say, oh, of course money can come to me. It doesn't need to be difficult. Money can be easy to attain, and it can be in alignment with what I want if I'm just stepping into that flow. So you need to be first understanding your preconceptions about money, and second, understanding what money is as an awareness tool. Third, you need to understand that money is cyclical. It's an abundance is cyclical. If you just take a bunch of money and you sit on it and you do nothing and you just don't engage with the world, there's no cycle of giving and receiving. You might have that pile of money, but then you might also start to see other areas of your life deteriorate. You'll be like Gollum, oh my pretty, because you're coveting something, you're holding on to it. Meanwhile, you look emaciated and like you really need like maybe like a weave or something because your hair's falling out, like something. some vitamin B, some biotin, something, because the rest of your life, your health, your happiness, your relationships are being affected because you are no longer participating in the ebb and flow of abundance. Abundance is about giving and receiving. You need to give in order to receive. You also need to receive in order to give. I think people understand the concept of giving and receiving. They understand the giving part. Okay, I need to be more giving, especially women. We give, we give, we give, we give. Are you a good receiver? When you receive something, do you say, "Thank you. I'm so appreciative of this. I earned this. I deserve this." Or do you say, "I mean, well, this is because somebody else did the work, or this is because of this, or I don't really deserve this, and that's not really what I want. I mean, I mean, you're gonna give me $1,000. I mean, I would be fine with 500." Ugh. No, you need to learn how to receive, because that is all part of the giving and receiving. Even if you're like, well, I want six figures so that I can open up a nonprofit and I can give this money away. Well, in order to be able to give money away, you need to be able to receive that money first. You also need to be able to receive things like compliments. If someone says, "Oh, girl, I love your hair," do you say, "Oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. You just made me feel amazing"? Or do you say, "Oh, well, yeah, I mean, it looks nice today, but yesterday it was horrible and it was greasy." Or today I haven't even washed it in 3 days. Can you believe it? That second response is you deflecting your abundance. That second response is you telling the person you're talking to and the rest of the world that you are not receiving. You need to be in a position of reception. Even when you are meditating, especially if you're meditating about money, how you sit can even be an open receptive position or a closed one. Are you sitting with your palms facing up, receiving from the universe with your legs uncrossed, your arms uncrossed, your chest open? Or are you closed down, crossed with all of your body language saying, I don't really want this? How are you at receiving? Because giving and receiving is important, but receiving, I think, is what most of us need to focus on, especially as women and especially as business owners. The cycle is important to conceptualize as well, because a lot of us have security tied to finances, security tied to the number in our bank account. And this is me 100%, and I'm working on it. So I understand what you're going through. But the better concept is not, I'm building this pile of money, and when this pile of money gets to a certain height, then I will feel secure. It's instead envisioning the money like a wave, like the waves of an ocean. You can't hold a wave. You can't capture a wave. Once you capture it, all you really have is water, and it's standing water, and you're unfulfilled, and then the waves keep rolling. Instead, it's about riding that wave, going down into the ocean, coming back up on the next wave, going down into the ocean, coming and getting in that flow, that abundance flow of giving and receiving and ebbing and flowing. That is how abundance and money should feel. And the more that you give into that experience, the easier it will be. That's when money will come more easily. When your feeling around money is not of lack, but of participation and engagement, money comes more easily. One of the things that I say to myself over and over and over and over again is a personal mantra, which is, money is attracted to me, sticks to me, and multiplies prolifically. So when I am riding that wave, the best waves are attracted to me, and I'm on a high, and the water just comes to me, and the best waves keep coming to me, and the waves just grow and grow. And all of a sudden, I am just, freaking Aquaman riding these waves and feeling full of life and understanding about how all of this works. So money is attracted to me, sticks to me, and multiplies prolifically. That's my mantra. Feel free to take it, use it. Let me know how it works for you. When you have this understanding about money, you understand how your feelings about money are related to your feelings of self, and you understand how your authentic self is abundant already. Then you are ready to dive into building a 6 or 7 figure empire. First tip for 6 figures: is understanding that less is more. You do not have to do all of the things. When we try to do all of the things, we are saying, I do not trust myself or the universe or spirit or God to provide for me. So I'm going to hedge my bets. As opposed to putting all my eggs in this basket and working it and believing it, because this is what I've taken the time to hear from the universe and my intuition is what I need to do as my next best step. I'm going to take what I think is my next best step and also a couple other little steps there just in case this doesn't work out. The problem with that is that you are then dividing your time up, your emotions up, your energy up across a lots of different things, and you will not be able to focus on what really matters. I would encourage you to do one thing, to do it really well, one product, one service, and lean into that one product and service. That will also help you build economies around your money and the investments that you need to make as well. Less is more. You do not need to hedge your bets with the universe if you are in alignment. It will come to you. That's why you need to constantly check yourself, your relationship to money, your feelings around abundance, and you need to stay in connection with spirit to know if you're on course or off course. I did not do this. I did the opposite of this, and I don't even think I had the awareness to know why I was doing the opposite of this, which is why I'm talking to you about it now. I did all the things. I had all the services. Oh my gosh, I can't even remember all the services I had when I first started. I was it was just too much. People didn't even really understand what I did, who I was, why I was there, how I helped, and truthfully, neither did I. I didn't really know how I was going to serve people in the best way possible because I was trying to do all of the things, and I was trying to serve all the people all the time. And I ended up really, really burnt out, and then I started taking away services and honing in, focusing in, and then all of a sudden the products were better, the processes were better, the systems were better. I was more engaged. I started making more money. So don't do what I did and hedge your bets. Believe in yourself. Believe that you and your intuition are real. That vision is real. That burning passion and that desire is real. And it's meant for you to manifest it in this planet. You're going to get in alignment and then you're going to manifest your dream so that you can evolve into a higher, better, more magnificent version of the divine self that you already are. My second six-figure tip for you is not to make fear-based decisions. Don't fall into the scarcity mindset. Remember, there is endless abundance. Sometimes what we see in front of our face is what we allow to determine our reality. When, in reality, what we see is only a very small portion of what is possible and what's already happening. I like to think about it this way. My angels, my spiritual guides, fairies running around, all these spiritual beings are like on assignment for Alea. They have like Alea's team t-shirts on, and their job is to go out into the world, and they're working behind the scenes to bring abundance to me. And I ask them, I pray, I said, please, I ask my angels and my spiritual guides and protectors to go out and bring money to me in large amounts, in freedom and in peace. You know what happens? I start getting random checks. I start getting better clients. I start getting rebates and refunds. I start getting debt forgiveness. I start getting overdraft fees reimbursed, right? Yeah, I've been there with that zero negative bank account. Yeah, girl. Yes, all of those things start happening when you call upon your full abundance resources and realize that there's a lot of stuff happening behind the scenes that you do not know about and truthfully don't need to know about. All you need to know is that there is enough abundance to go around and that abundance is just unlimited. There are things working out for your highest good at all times. Ease into that. Let that be your peace. Because if you are focused on saying, only what I contribute is what I get out, then that's stressful. It's not true, also, and it's stressful. You need to realize that it's not just you. You're so loved. You are so loved Loved. The fabric of the universe loves you and wants you to be successful. It does require you to participate. It does require you to engage. It does require you to have clarity around how this whole shebang works. But as you're participating and learning and stumbling and growing, you have a whole team wearing t shirts with your name on it out there working out for your highest good. So there's no need to have a scarcity mindset or make decisions based off of fear because you understand that that is just the part of you that forgot who you were that is trying to take control. And you need to be like, girl, sit down because that's not who I am. What you're trying to tell me is that I am limited. What you're trying to tell me with this fear situation is that there is not enough to go around. What you're trying to tell me is that the universe does not have my back and I do not participate in that conversation. That is not my journey today. Tell that part of you to sit down so that you can participate in the truth. And the truth is that there is endless abundance. My third six-figure tip is because there's endless abundance, price what you're worth and then add tax and then make sure that you go up on your prices every year. This is the biggest thing to six figures. You can do a volume play or you can do more of a high-end play here, right? You can say I am going to sell, 3,000 widgets, but there are going to be like $20 each, right? You could do that. Or you could say, I'm gonna sell 20 things at $3,000 each, right? Whatever. That there's a difference there of what you're selling, but you have to realize what it is, how much time, energy, and effort went into it. And then don't forget to add in the life experience, the career experience, the certifications, the training that also went into creating that. We at Flourish Marketing do copywriting. That's our jam, right? We do strategy and we do copywriting and we have coaching, and then we have our beautiful, wonderful, exciting membership, Own It. When we're doing our strategy, oh, gosh, I'm almost embarrassed to say this. I started out pricing my strategy sessions at like $600. For me, I was like, I don't know if anybody's ever going to pay $600 for this. And I slowly, then I think I put it up to 700. And I'm like, ooh, pushing the limit. Then I got a business coach who set me straight. Thank God. And she was like, "Girl, for half of what you do, I charge 3,500." And I'm like, excuse me? You charge how much?" She said, "Yes. For half of that, I charge 3,500. And so does this other person who does what you do, and so does this other person who does what you do. And I don't even think they're that good. And I've seen your outputs and they're really good and they're making that money." And I'm like, "Ooh, but I don't know if I'm worth that. I don't know if I can charge that." She goes, let me break down your resume back to you. You've been the head of marketing for North America for a large company. You've worked as a Google vendor partner. You've been a marketer for over 13 years. You have your secret sauce of spirituality and intuition. You're a story brand certified guide. You're a Nest Health practitioner. By the time, girl, she was done pumping me up, I wanted to charge $10,000 for this thing. And when I raised my prices, because I raised it to 3,500 and then it was going to go up again. I said, "Oh, this is better. I had better clients. I wasn't price haggling. I didn't have to work on selling as much, and I could work on loving my clients through my output. My team was happier, less stressed. My processes were more streamlined. I was able to hit my revenue goals more easily. As opposed to having to sell 50 of these suckers, I could sell 20 in a year, right? And then have that freedom to love people, which for me is what my business is. My business is an excuse to love people. So when I could take away the things that were preventing me from loving people, which was the need to sell and the hustle and the grind, I am a better business owner and my business is a better business. Price what you are worth. If you do not feel like you are worth it, write down a list of your successes. Make sure that you know who you are. Do you be like, "Girl, do you know who I am? I do this, I am that." Pump yourself up. Another thing to do is to make sure that you cost it out. How much does it cost you to do this? How much is your hourly rate and how many hours does it cost you and your VA and the tech that it costs, right? Including the email communication and the client care and the setup of everything. What does that really cost? Then multiply it by 3 or 4. And that's what you should be charging. And then also look out into the market. What's happening? Because I didn't do that. I didn't really look out into the market to see what was happening. And I was grossly undercharging. And all that does is that undercuts my whole industry as well as undercutting my value. It's kind of like this. I don't know if you like go get your nails done or not. I remember when a full set of nails was like $25. I was like, ooh, $25. Now, and yes, I realize that this might sound a little bit much to some people, but I don't really care. Now, I spend probably around $150 to get, my nails done and my pedicure a month, 150, 180, somewhere in there. If someone were to charge me and say, "Yeah, girl, I can do that for $20," I'd be like, "No, I'm good. That sounds like I'm gonna end up with a finger infection. You probably gonna cut my toe off. I don't know what you gonna do. I'm gonna end up looking crazy. I don't want to pay you $20. I would rather pay $150 because for me, that signals that the service is of high quality. So keep that in mind as well when you're pricing yourself. Being the lowest cost provider is not always the way to go because people wonder if you're any good. Well, she must not be any good because she's charging this lower cost. Or last time I went to someone that was that cheap, this negative thing happened to me. Like I get my eyelashes done. Yes, apparently this conversation is about how high maintenance I am. I get my eyelashes done, and it's about $100 for an eyelash extensions fill. I was talking to my eyelash person, my eyelash tech, and she was like, I asked her, what's like bad eyelashes? Like, how do you know if those are bad? And she goes, well, like, yeah, you end up spending a lot less. So it's $100 for a fill, maybe it's $30 for a fill, but then they mix the eyelash glue with super glue, and then you end up like ripping your eyelashes out and they fall out and you end up bald, eyelash bald. And I'm like, oh my God. She goes, so yeah, one of the things that you need to look at if you're ever going anywhere else is make sure that the prices are around what you're paying now or maybe even a little more because that denotes the type of quality that you should be expecting. So pricing what you're worth is about an internal pricing, but it's also about an external signaling to the quality that you provide. It is a service to your customers to price what you're worth so that they have an immediate understanding and expectation of what they're getting in return. Those are my six-figure tips for you. If you want to learn more about pricing, if you want to learn more about how money should be related to what you do and how to get that six-figure business, then I invite you to join my membership, Own It. Own It is the membership that you will participate in over 12 months that will combine recalibration strategies, business strategies, and you to get that flourishing empire. I love this membership. I know I'm a little biased because it's my membership, but this is the membership I wish I had had when I started out. I wouldn't have started out charging $600 for a product that should be $3,500 or $5,000. I would not have I would not have tried to do all the things because I would have had someone telling me to do one thing, how to do it well, and how to make six figures from it. I made six figures in 5 months, but man, did I do it the hard way. Whew. I don't want that for you. I want you to enjoy the journey so that you make your six figures without feeling burned out, battered, and lost. If that sounds like something that you're into making money, you're into changing your relationship with money and changing your family's legacy around money, leaving an inheritance for your kids, then I encourage you to go to flourishmarketing.co/own-it to sign up for the membership today. Your bank account will thank you, and your sense of self worth will thank you because you will be able to finally detach it from the amount of money in your bank account while living an abundant life. So go to flourishmarketing.co/own-it and sign up. Before I let you go, we're going to go into two more tangible ways that you can change your money mindset, your preconceptions about money, and your sense of worth. I'll see you back here in just a second.
This episode is brought to you by Own It, the energy-centered monthly membership program you need to build your thriving six-figure empire in 12 months without feeling burned out, overwhelmed, or lost. After having reached six figures in 5 months, Alea created Own It because she discovered the only way to leave a legacy of abundance is to own your business instead of it owning you. Ditch the guesswork and hustle mentality that lead to daunting 18-hour days, missed family dinners, and stress-induced rashes. In Own It, you will join a supportive community of your fellow empire builders to take a holistic, step-by-step approach to craft a flourishing business and life via proven marketing frameworks, money-making business strategy, and centering alignment techniques. To join, head over to www.flourishmarketing.co/own-it. Your life has a greater purpose beyond the struggle. Join Own It today at www.flourishmarketing.co/own-it.
Sometimes six figures seems like a good idea, but for some of us, it seems such a lofty idea that we can't even really wrap our brains around it. So it ends up being that one thing you'll do that one day. You'll finally be able to get it if you can. It doesn't have to be that way. Instead of making it this one thing in the future, let's reel it on in. I want you to journal about what would my life look like if I made six figures. I want you to be descriptive. Paint the house, paint the lifestyle. Will you be able to get a maid? Will you be able to get better childcare? Will you be able to have more vacations? Will you be able to move into a safer neighborhood or a better neighborhood? Will you be able to quit that job? Will you be able to stop hustling and grinding? Will you have that car that you want? Will you have the emotional freedom? Will you pay off your student loans? What would life look like if I made six figures? I want you to write down the things, but I also want you to write down the experiences and the feelings. What will six figures make you feel like? Will you feel peaceful, confident, hopeful? Will you feel in alignment? Will you feel like you have more energy? Will you feel like you're in love with your life? Those are all things that I got when I got my first six figures, and I could want that for you, but you have to want it for yourself. Write down the feelings of what it would feel like to make those six figures. What would your life look like? So write down, what would my life look like if I made six figures? As you're writing that down, you might come up with things that is like, well, this is good, but this isn't real. This could never happen. I don't deserve this. And that's where today's mantra comes in. Today's mantra is I am worthy. Because you're worthy of six figures and beyond, baby. You deserve so much more than just financial abundance. You deserve to be abundant in all areas of your life. You deserve to wake up, look in the mirror, and be like, girl, you bad. Ooh, ooh. You wake up to don't hurt them. Don't hurt them today, girl. I love you. And you know what? I am beloved. I am divine. I am rich. I'm rich in life. I'm rich in energy. I'm rich in joy. I'm rich in happiness. And you know what? I deserve it. I deserve all of the beautiful things that are in my life right now. Why? Because I am. Did I have to do anything for it? No. Do I have to work my way towards it? No. I am deserving because I am, because I exist. I am worthy. That is your mantra when you're sitting here thinking like, six figures, I don't know if I can do that. You need to believe that yes, you can make money. Yes, you can have that life that you deserve. You should not have to deal with anything that pulls you into a smaller place, that pulls you into a place of contraction, that pulls you into a place away from an abundant lifestyle. You are worthy. And I want you to say every single time that you feel like you are not, I am worthy. I am worthy. I am worthy. I am worthy. I deserve this. And as you say that, hold your chest up a little broader, your chin up a little higher, stand up a little straighter. and be the one who owns your life. Be the one who owns the fact that you are worthy. You own your financial future. You own the creation of your financial freedom. You can do this. You can do this. You just have to believe that you can do it. And if you join Own It, our membership, we will help you work that to its fullest. Work out those steps so that not only you can believe you can make this money, but you actually make the money. And that's the biggest thing. You believe it, you see it, it reinforces that experience, and you keep moving forward. Plus, you are going to be amidst a bunch of other people who believe it too. They are owners just like you are. They are empire builders just like you are. Inside of this membership, we are building a magnificent community full of people who are worthy. Again, if you are ready to own it, own yourself, own your financial future, own your abundance, then I invite you to join Own It. You can check it out at www.flourishmarketing.co/own-it. I look forward to seeing you inside of the membership and to encouraging you in your journey of self-worth. See you inside of Own It.
This episode is brought to you by Own It, the energy-centered monthly membership program you need to build your thriving six-figure empire in 12 months without feeling burned out, overwhelmed, or lost. After having reached six figures in 5 months, Alea created Own It because she discovered the only way to leave a legacy of abundance is to own your business instead of it owning you. Ditch the guesswork and hustle mentality that lead to daunting 18-hour days, missed family dinners, and stress-induced rashes. In Own It, you will join a supportive community of your fellow empire builders to take a holistic, step-by-step approach to craft a flourishing business and life via proven marketing frameworks, money-making business strategy, and centering alignment techniques. To join, head over to www.flourishmarketing.co/own-it. Your life has a greater purpose beyond the struggle. Join Own It today at www.flourishmarketing.co/own-it. Thank you for listening to this episode of the Flourishing Entrepreneur Podcast with Alea Harris. Dive into the show notes at www.flourishmarketing.co/podcast and connect with Alea at Flourishing Entrepreneur on Instagram. Vibing with what you hear? Leave a 5-star review to spread the love and be sure to click subscribe. From the entire Flourish Marketing team, we wish you love, light, and abundance. See you next time.